And today what I'm going to do is start my seeds. I have I think about 7 or 8 weeks until the last frost. I live here in southern Minnesota, and so starting them now is ideal. And what I am going to be doing are 3 types of onions, and I'm also going to do celery, and 2 I'm excited about is my poblano and my Alma pepper. And the reason why I'm really excited is because I can make chili seasoning, paprika, which is what the Alma pepper is, and I hope that they grow well, because this will be the first time I'm growing either one of those peppers. And it says on the back of there when you should start your seeds to when they predict the last frost. So out here for me it's anywhere between 8 to 10 weeks, and I'm right around the 8-week time. So even if I have a week past my frost, I'm not going to be too concerned about it, because that'll give me that extra time to harden off the plants. And what that means is once you have the seedlings and they have their true leaves, which is the second set of leaves, you'll put them outside maybe a half an hour in a non-breezy area, and then the next day do for like an hour. Do that for a couple days, and then maybe in the 5th or 6th day do it for 2 hours, and you just keep putting them out there a little more each time, just to harden them off, and so they know once they're in the ground it's not going to be such a shock of being outside. So the reason why I have this is I make little labels, and mostly these go inside these planters. So all I do is any of these little plastic tubs I get from the grocery store, instead of throwing them away or putting them in the recycle bin, I recycle them myself, and I cut sections out of the plastic and I make my own labels. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have seed starting mix, not just regular soil, not potting soil. It has to say seed starting mix. And you'll want, or it's not that you want, I prefer, and it's pretty good to get more of an organic. It seems to have the correct nutrients that the seeds need to get going very well. And I'm just going to fill up my trays, and as you can see, it comes out pretty dry. And you'll want to just fill all this up. And any of this extra that I have on here, I'm just going to fill these little pots. Now my pots do have holes in them, so I'll need to put them in a tray, so when I water them, it won't just go right through. Once they get their second set of leaves, their roots should be fairly well established by then, and if you want, you can transplant them into pots like this. I myself am thinking of starting a small, batch of onions, because you have to thin out the onions anyway. So I was going to start a small I have trouble speaking all the time. But I am going to start a small batch of onions and a few of these and see how they turn out. Just like I'm going to do maybe 2 pots each of my poblano and my Alma pepper, just to see if it, seems to take to that size pot better than the small sets here. And the next thing you want to do is just soak this down. I have a tray underneath, which is the best way, I guess, to soak these down. You'll want to probably put maybe a half an inch of water in the tray, because this is really going to soak up a lot. And then once that's soaked up, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, well, apparently my tray has a hole in it and just leaked all over the place. So now my Alma pepper seeds are all wet, and I'm either going to have to put them in something so they can dry out, otherwise I'm going to have to plant all of them, and I don't want to do that. So hopefully I can get this to dry and possibly tape it back together. Let's see, my onions didn't get wet, my poblano peppers got wet. So my celery got wet. Boy, I am just batting 1,000. My onions got wet. That's okay. The onions, I was hoping to plant a lot of them anyway, so I'm not too worried about them. However, I'm going to have to there's just this edge of my celery that got wet. Hopefully not too bad, but my poblano got really wet like the Alma pepper. Hopefully this will also dry. It's funny, this is all the seeds they give you in the poblano package, but the Alma pepper, they give you 10 times as many seeds. So I'm guessing poblano peppers must grow fairly easy. This will be my first year growing them. I have little labels on the outside here from last year, so I'm going to throw those away. I've got these six count containers soaked pretty good. Alright, so now all you do is take 1, maybe 2 seeds per hole. I normally do 1. You just make a little hole, drop it in there, push the dirt around it. And what I'll probably do is 1 straight line. I know people say, oh, you should do it per container. Well, the thing is, I guess I'm not selling the containers, so I just rather keep straight lines of it. Purple onions are done for the tray. I'm still going to put some in those little pots. because I really like the taste of onions. Alright, so now I'm just going to flip this around. Whoa! A little bit more water in there than I thought. Okay. It's okay. The soil's still fairly dry, so all of that moisture will get sucked up. So, I have my labels. I don't have any labels for my poblano or my Alma pepper, and that's where this comes in, the container. I'm going to turn this for right now so I can show you. Got a tray here. Yes, I'm using old Christmas paper, but I see my table's still gonna need. I'm gonna try to get at least 3 of these containers. Maybe, for sure. Okay, for some reason my camera just stopped. I'm not sure why, but the tray is done, and then I did a couple of pots. This is Alma pepper, and this is poblano pepper, and I have 3 spots in there each. This one is my purple pepper, my walla pepper, and my sweet white onion pepper. And so I'm gonna see how well each of those do, and I'm gonna put them under the light and put them on my heat pads, and hopefully everything will turn out fairly well. And I hope any of the information that I shared with you is beneficial for you. If there's anything that you could give me a tip on, I'd greatly appreciate it. Please share my videos with your friends and family, and hit that like and subscribe. Helps me out. And if you look forward to seeing more of my videos, you know, just make sure to hit that subscribe button. So I'm gonna go, and I will show you what they look like once the seed starts popping up. See you later. Bye.